Follow your heart. We hear this constantly in our culture. It's this idea that our heart is a guide for our life. It makes some sense. The heart is an important organ. It keeps us alive, and it's become a metaphor, a symbol for life, love, happiness, and freedom. We hear about following our hearts in relationships, of course. The heart wants what the heart wants. The heart is a great way to pick a career, too. If you find a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. In fact, the key to true happiness is to chase your dreams. Like somehow, the sleeping heart wandering through our daydreams is the guide to follow to get to happiness. The heart helps us with our food choices, our school choices, where you live, and what you do with your free time. The message is clear. Happiness is the paramount goal, and the heart is the guide to get us there. Reality screams a different message. I've lived the follow your heart message. I've chased after happy like a dog after my own tail, and it's futile. When we follow our hearts, we end up lost and confused. Our relationships are dysfunctional, we lack purpose in our jobs, and even our food turns against us. Follow your heart is wrong. Our heart is like a wave in the ocean, constantly changing. The heart is deceiving you and changing with every traffic jam, promotion, and word of criticism. You can't rely on a broken compass. It has to point at something constant. And your heart is as changing as it gets. It's deceitful above all else and desperately sick. Our hearts weren't designed to lead. They were designed to follow. What should we follow if not our hearts? It occurs to me that you should follow someone who has lived life right. Someone who controlled his heart and made a real difference in this world. Jesus came to the world to live a sinless life, following God perfectly, and ultimately suffering and dying that you might also have life. In 1 Peter, it says, "For to this you have been called, because Christ also suffered for you, leaving you an example, so that you might follow in his steps." Jesus is the only one who can restore your relationships and make you new. Jesus is the only one who knows you completely and can give you purpose beyond your job or your school. Instead of chasing a dream more elusive than vapor, you can rest in Jesus. Jesus doesn't promise happiness, an empty, self-seeking search, but joy, a far more precious commodity. He alone is worthy to be followed. Follow your heart is folly. Follow Jesus is worth it fully.